to know we need a shot to go down and I'm going to hit it. Just how does that get instilled in you? Maybe being in a basketball family helps, where you have to forget about the bad, because if you let that linger, it's going to get worse.
Yeah, 1 year in AAU, I had a coach told me I had to have amnesia. I didn't know what that meant. He told me to look it up, but it's just kind of forgetting about like, who cares? You got to keep moving on. You know the work you put in, but you got to have your teammates trust you, and you trust them right back. So you got to trust the guy to go make that next shot. And whether you had a good game so far or not, you got to just keep going forward.
Do you like when the game is in those pressure moments? And I mean, obviously you're not afraid of the situation, but it seems like you almost embrace that. Hey, we're down 5 here, and we've got to make something happen. And Penn State, Ohio State, even Rutgers, you've come through in those kind of situations.
Yeah, just thinking about winning the game is what you got to focus on. Whether it's getting a stop, whether it's making a shot, whether it's passing the ball to your teammate. Just focus on making those big plays and whatever you got to do to help the team win.
How is it different having a 7'4" guy, or even a Caleb First or a Trey Kaufman on your team, where in high school you had to make a lot of the shots yourself, and now there's going to be a lot of open opportunities because of the offense that you have on the floor?
Yeah, it's obviously very helpful, and when those guys trust you as much as you trust them, it just makes the whole process a lot easier. So going into each game, I'm not really too worried about anything really, because I know everyone's going to come out and play their hardest and focus on winning the game.
Is the product of your three-point shooting the last couple games just starting to come around, or is that maybe just a situation where you've that's what you expected yourself, to hit 7-14 or whatever it's been?
Yeah, I just say it's continuing to get up extra shots, and before and after practice, doing what you can do to go out there and play your best. And everyone's been doing that. Everyone's been putting the work in. So we're just focused on that and just getting a good stretch going here in the Big Ten.
Do you have a question? Okay. You're just intimidating him? Okay. You're doing a good job, I think. What allowed Braden to go from his worst game to his best games in a short period of time last week?
Yeah, like he said earlier, just kind of forgetting about it and moving on. We know the amount of work we all put in, so we know the talent we have, but it's really just coming out and playing harder, and I think he really focused on that. He was pretty down on himself, but just again, it was us teammates and us talking to each other, being friends off the court, saying, hey, we got to move on, we got to keep winning games. And we didn't want to drop 2 in a row, so I think his level of competitiveness helped him do that and helped him come out and play great these last few games.
You said after the Rutgers game, when Brandon's shot didn't go down, but your shot did, that you just run the play. You guys ran the right play, and the shot just didn't go down. But Ohio State, you ran the same play.
Yeah.
I mean, how just staying even like that? How important is that?
Very similar. That's why we got to focus on not every day those shots are going to go in. The next one might rim in and out. So really just sticking to what we know we can do, playing through each other, and Zach's done a good job of kicking that ball out when they come and double him. So really just focus on that, doing our job, and just playing through each other.
Yeah.
Nebraska was really able to limit Zach that game. How are you kind of working on getting open and creating space when he's in those situations?
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of film, dissecting what they do defensively, and really just figuring out a little bit more of a game plan to attack their defensive strategy. So, but ultimately it's going to come down to us coming ready to play and getting a win on Friday.
And then that first game against Nebraska was kind of your statement game, like 22 points, and they weren't even all threes. What have you kind of learned since that game and just your style of play and being able to heat up in late in the game?
Yeah, just kind of I think everyone stepping up when you have to. And obviously they guarded Zach pretty well, and we're going to work around that this time. But someone needed to knock down a shot, and I just figured we ran a few plays for me and it helped out. But teammates trusted me to make them just as much as I trust them to make them. So just the time came and it happened.
And then being able to play a team for the first time, for the second time, is the prep any different, or does it make you feel a little more comfortable knowing you've kind of seen their style of play?
Yeah, definitely a little bit more comfortable. We know what we're going to see, and obviously with a few more changes, it's a Big Ten team, you can't team lightly. So really just focus on us is what we got to do, and because we know Nebraska pretty well, we got to make sure we come out ready to play.
And then last time out against Nebraska, you had that dunk. Any other surprises we might see this game from you?
I don't know.
No more dunks.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
It's your first career.
How much did your parents emphasize the amnesia part too when you played? Because they got strong athletic background as well.
I would just say it comes down to the amount of work you put in. We were always going to the gym. We were always working out, doing stuff. But ultimately, it comes down to you got to trust yourself and you got to have confidence. And the amount of love our family's given us has been just awesome. So really knowing you got people around you that trust you has been perfect, and it helps playing on the court too.